So same way how you are using the method of payment in the accounts payable module. Similarly, at here also you will have the method of payments. So based on that, you can do the uh, payments. Okay. So in other terms, customer payments are also known as receipts. Okay. In even in interview, they may ask you how you will process the receipts. Okay. So receipts is nothing but the customer payment. Okay. So let's see one by one transaction. Okay. First, we will see for creation of customer. Okay. Customer is one of the master. Okay. To create customer master, where we have to go? We have to go to the account receivable module. Okay. Under account receivable module, we have customers, all customers. Okay. You can navigate from account receivable module, this particular customer form, or else you can navigate to the sales and marketing. In sales and marketing, we have again customer, all customers. Okay. Both are same form. Okay. Either you can navigate from the sales and marketing module, or even you can navigate from the account receivable module. Okay, let it open. Okay, so there is the customer form. So for customer master form, basically this form is also known as customer list page. Okay, so at here it will display all the customer information. Okay, the first column is the customer account number. Customer account number is nothing but the unique value which will be mapped to the customer master. And again, the customer, either it may be a person or organization. Similarly, how we will create the customer, vendor in the accounts payable. So accounts payable, the vendor may be either a person or organization. Okay. So at here, the customer group is again for the classification, belongs to which kind of customer he is, like he is a local customer or vendor, international customer or intercompany customer. So that we will classify from the customer group. Okay. So when you create a new customer, at here the mandatory field is customer group. Okay. So like for example, if I want to create new customer, so what I have to do, I have to click on new from here on top. Okay. So at here you can see the customer account number. It's an automatic number sequence which is mapping over here. And second thing, you can see the highlighted box with asterisk symbol. It means that these are the mandatory field. Okay. So if I scroll over here, you can see I have only two mandatory fields, that is name and customer group. And at here you can see we have a type which is nothing but the organization or person. Whether if the customer is a person, then you will select over here person, and if it is a organization, then you will select type as organization. So at here, let me give the organization as. So when I type the keywords are, so what it was searching, whether if this particular customer is already available in some other in legal entity or not. Okay, so if it is exists, so we can utilize the same data and we can select the same master data, and we can copy all the necessary information which is already available over in that particular form. Okay, from that particular legal entity. So currently when I'm typing over here, you can see at here currently there is no record is available. So it means that this is the this master we are seeing for the first time. Okay. Now I have typed as Lenovo Trading LLC. Okay. So after typing the name, so I need to select the customer group. So already I have said that customer group is another, it's a submaster where it will use for the classification of the customer. Okay. To classify vendor is what kind, what type of customer it is. So we will select based on the customer group. Okay. So at here I am selecting local customer. Okay, so when I select the local customer, you can see there are certain fields it has been mapped. So for example, if I remove the vendor group, the customer group, okay, now you can see when I select the customer group, there will be a certain information which will be populated. When I select the customer group as local, you can see the terms of payment, it is auto populating. Okay, we will see how it is auto populating. Okay, so the terms of payment is nothing but from the date of invoice, within how many days you can make the payment. Okay, so you're giving a certain time period to the customer to make the payment. Okay, so if I scroll down little bit more, we have delivery terms, we have mode of delivery. So delivery terms is nothing but if you have any, if you want to add additional, based on delivery, if you want to add additional terms, like I will deliver up to this particular location, and from there you need to pick up the location. From there you need to pick up the item, or I require additional charges for delivery, or insurance is mandatory for my product to be delivery. So these kind of terms are nothing but delivery terms which you can utilize it over here. Okay, so when I place this particular drop down, you can see we have a different kind of delivery terms. Okay, like free along ship, your cost plus freight. Okay, so these can be utilized. Okay, these are nothing but the charges which you have to create it. Okay, so currently I have not selected anything. Next, we have mode of delivery. So this mode of delivery is nothing but in which mode you are delivering the goods or service. Okay, either it may be air, either it may be ship, either it may be vessel or container, either it may be parcel. Okay, our customer directly picking up the goods or services. So these are the various kind of mode of delivery. So you can select any one. Okay. So currently I'm selecting as rail. Okay. So other than that, we have sales tax group. So currently I'm not mapping any sales tax group. Okay. Tax exempt number is not required. Source code is not required. These two are related to the US legal entity. Okay, they have some tax exempt number, so they will share the tax exempt number. You will enter the tax exempt number. In related to tax exempt number, they have some source information. They will update it. Okay, so additionally, you can update the customer contact person, the respective person nationality, and you can update those information. So after updating those information, we will click on save. So once you have clicked on save, a record will be generated in USMF legal entity. Okay, and that particular record will be also open. So I just clicked on save. Yeah. So at here you can see again the customer master having different tabs. Okay. Let me show you all the tabs. Let me click on collapse all. Okay. Now you can see the general tab is nothing but whatever information we have filled, the most of information will be displayed over here. Like the organization type, organization or person, okay, the organization name, the customer group. These are the information which we have updated in the general in while creation. So it was appearing in the general tab. So other than that, remove the custom part, leave it this particular tenant details. So next we have address. Okay, so in address tab, we didn't add any address. Okay, so let's add the address. So when I add a new address, so it will ask me to update the name and description of this particular address, and uh, what what was the purpose of this particular address we are utilizing it. and you need to update the information of that particular address. So let us add that one. So I just click on add button. Okay. Now you can see when I click on add address, so at here for address also, it's taking their own number sequence, that is the location ID, which is mapping against this particular customer to update the necessary information. Okay, so at here you can see the name and description is nothing but either you can update the same company information. So based on this particular company information, your address will be started located. So at here I am typing LLC. And this uh, at here purpose, so what kind of purpose of this particular address is for? Either it is for the business or it is a headquarter or either it may be the delivery purpose. So you can select what was the purpose of this particular address you are adding over here. Okay. So next we have the country region. So you will select the country region, zip code, and the address. Like for example, if I want to add the country region, so at here I'm selecting as India. Okay. So in India, I will select the zip code. Like for example, 52. Okay. So we have Hyderabad. So let me select Hyderabad. Uh, let's select Gachibowli. Okay. So you can specify more in detail. Like for example, plot number 67. Okay. So I just mentioned some little bit address more or in detail. Okay. And after that, you will select as primary and you will click on OK. So once you have clicked on OK, so what will happen? The address will be added for this particular customer. So there is a similar way you can add for the vendor also. So we have seen during the accounts payable and the procurement process. So how we will add the vendor creation. Okay. So the next tab we have the contact information. So the contact information is nothing but who is the point of contact for this particular customer. Okay. So there is a similar way how you will add the contact information for vendor. The same way at here also we are adding the contact information. Okay. So at here to add the contact information, what we will do, we will click on add. Okay. And at here, if you are adding a mobile number, so you will add the particular person name. Like for example, the person name is, let's imagine Gautam. Okay. And at here, what is the source of contact? Either it may be a phone or email, or do you have any URL or fax number? So you can see we have a different source of contact. So you can select that particular source and you can give the information. Like for example, if it is a phone and you will give the phone number. Okay. After giving phone number, you will make it as primary. So this is the primary source of contact where you can contact this particular customer by this particular phone number. This is the contact person name. Okay. So next we have miscellaneous detail. Okay. So in miscellaneous detail, it's mostly related to US legal entity. Okay. So in at here you will have federal attributes and some kind of transactions will be there. So mostly it is used utilized for the US region. If you see in Indian region or UAE region, we are not utilizing this miscellaneous detail. Okay. Okay. Next we have sale demography. So at here in sales demography, we will specify our respective uh, currency. So what kind of currency it is. So that we will select over here. Okay. Other than that, rest all the information it's straightforward. And here the employee responsibility, it will be the person who will be the point of contact from this particular legal entity. Okay. Next we have credit and collections. So at here, if you want to provide the credit rating, so you will select mandatory credit limit as yes. Okay. So when you make it this particular mandatory credit limit as yes, so at here, ex then the credit limit will be enabled, and at here you will specify the credit limit. Okay. So at here when you update the credit limit, so what will happen? Based on the credit limit, if the credit limit is exceeded, so it will throw you a error message. It will pop up over there, and it will not allow you to post. Okay. So at here, I'm giving the credit limit as 50,000. Okay. The eligible credit limit changes as per this particular 50,000, and I have given the AED. Okay, so I have saved the record. Now you can see the customer having the credit limit of 50,000, and if he try to if he exceed this particular currency, I mean 50,000, if he has been exceeded, then it will throw you error message stating that the credit limit has been exceeded. Okay, so this is one. Okay, and sales order default. So at here we will have the site and warehouse whether you can default over here. And if you want to default the charge group, so you can select the charge group and you can make it as default over here in this particular group. Okay. So other than that, we have mm, uh, discount column. So you can add the discount over here. Okay. And some are related to like rebate group. Okay, we have multi-line discount, total discount, okay, TMA group. So these are related to little bit retail. Okay, so we are not going over there. So next we have the payment default. So in payment default, you will select the terms of payment and you will select the payment method. Okay, so what kind of payment method you can do for this particular customer. Okay, so you can default this particular payment method. So whenever you select this particular customer, so the payment method by default it will select based on what we have defined over here. Okay, the next tab is financial dimension. So this is the financial dimension tab where you will define the segments. Either it may be your own segments based on the company, or yeah, this is the standard default templates. Okay, so either you can select the department or cost center, whatever you will select as mandatory over here. So those dimensions will be populated automatically on the respective sales order or sales order header level. Okay, so we have the financial dimension is two level. One is the header level, another one is the line level. Okay, so always the line details dimensions will be picked from the line details, and header level is picked for the header level itself. Okay, next we have warehouse that is little bit more for the retail, so we are not discussing on that. So in invoice and delivery, so we will have the so we will have the invoice account. Invoice account is nothing but the your own uh, like for example, the invoice account concept is utilized. Like for example, if there is any parent and child relationship in this particular customer. Like for example, the parent company is let's imagine Hindustan Group, but uh, under Hindustan Group, they have some such a subsidiaries company like uh, in the Hindustan HAL or HUL. So these are the subsidiary companies. When I say HAL is nothing but Hindustan Aeronautical Limited, and HUL is Hindustan Unilever Limited. Okay, so these are the subsidiary groups. So instead of this customer, I need to bill directly to the uh, parent company, so Hindustan Group. So what I will do, the customer will be have individual, but the invoice account will be the Hindustan Group. Okay, like for example, in this particular case, we have a different invoice account. So in that particular invoice account column, we will select the respective Hindustan Group. Okay, so at here, what I am doing, I am selecting the same. It means that my invoice account and as well as my customer account both are same. Okay, if it is different, it means that so this particular customer is the subsidiary customer, and the parent customer what we have defined in the invoice account is my parent customer. Okay, so in that case, what will happen when you select this particular customer, okay, has invoice, then by default, whatever the invoice account you have mapped the parent customer, if it is different, so that particular invoice, whatever you have posted, it will be triggered not on this particular account, it will display on the parent customer account. We will see that one. Okay. So this is these are the other related to some custom module it has been added over here. Okay, you can ignore this one. Now these are the main thing which we will sorry which we will add in the customer master information. Okay, so other than that, we will add some more information like registration IDs. So you can see under the customer tab we have registration ID. So registration IDs over here is nothing but you will map the tax registration number over here. Okay, so when I clicked on registration ID, so if you scroll down, okay, we have registration IDs. Okay, at here you will add like for example, if it is India, so you will add the GST has the registration type and you will enter the amount. If it is UAE, I will select the FTA as registration type and I will give the registration number and issuing agency and issuing date and you will click on save. Like for example, at here I am adding the registration type. So right button view details. Okay, so at here I am adding a new registration ID that is Indian GST. Okay, So I have created Indian GST issuing authority. Let me add one more issuing authority. So at here I am adding issuing authority as IGST, Indian Goods and Service Authority. Okay. Now at here in issuing authority, I am giving that particular IGST. Okay, and I am saving this particular record. Reason and decision type and text. So at here I'm not selecting any applicable country. Okay. So let me 25 registration ID. Okay. So at here let me add the registration ID. So at here let me add the registration type. There was issue with the custom. That was the reason it was showing, it was not adding that particular value. Okay. Okay, there was some issue in this particular adding the registration type. Okay, so when you add this particular registration type, it will ask the format and you will update this particular unique record. And based on that, what will happen? Based on that, when you try to so based on this, that record will be information will be shown over here. So when you add the registration type, it will show that particular registration type over here under the registration ID. Okay. And based on that, you will update the registration number and you'll give the issuing agency and issuing date. So once you save this particular record, that particular information will be populated in your invoice level also. Okay. So that is the registration ID. So once we have added this particular customer, then what will happen? Then this customer master is ready for use, and based on this particular, we will create the invoices. So let me create one more customer and let me give the invoice account as Lenovo Trading, and based on that, we will see the transaction how it is flowing. Okay, so let me recreate one more customer. So I will not update all the information. I will update few information only. Okay, like so I have created new customer L2 Trading LLC. For this particular customer, I'm giving the invoice account as Lenovo Trading Company. Okay, let me update the account invoice account as Lenovo Trading LLC. Now I have saved this particular record. Okay, so we have created two customer. One is L2 Trading LLC, another one is Lenovo Trading LLC. Now, first what we will do, first we will create invoice for L2 Trading LLC. Okay, so at here we can create the customer invoice in either from the sales order. So another process we have, that is free text invoice. So we will see both the process how we can do the customer invoices. Okay, first let me create the sales order. Okay, for that I will go to the account receivable module, order sales order. So we can create sales order either on the basis of item number or with the, sorry, either with the sales category or item number. So we will see both scenario. Okay, so let me create new sales order. First that For that, I will click on add a new. Okay. So at here, I will select the customer as L2. So we will see where the invoice is booking. Okay. Okay. So at here, let me select the customer as L2 Trading LLC. Okay. So if I scroll down, let me select the site and warehouse. And let me click on OK. So now I have created the sales order. So in this particular sales order, now let me add the line information. Then we will see the results. Okay. So at here, I'm not doing any product receipt, any uh, confirmation. Directly, I'm booking the invoice. Okay. So let me add a line information. Let me select the product. Like for example, I'm selecting the iPhone 12. Okay, I have added the product. So let's see the on hand availability, if it is available or not. So for that, I will go to the inventory. Okay, from here directly I can check whether the stock is available or not. Sorry guys, today's instant is too much slow. Okay, so we have totally four con total available is we have four quantity, so we can utilize this four quantity. Okay, so what I will do at here, I will update the quantity has one, and I will update the unit price. Let's imagine the unit price is 1,50,000. Okay, so after updating the unit price, what I will do, I will go to the invoice tab and I will directly click on generate invoice. Okay, so at here I am booking directly the invoice. Okay, so when I'm booking the invoice, so at here we have two accounts in this particular customer. One is the customer account, another one is invoice account. Okay, so at here it will not store in the I mean, if you see this particular transaction, it will not store in the customer account statement. It will store in the invoice account statement. So let's see how it will be stored. Okay, so let me post this particular invoice, then we will see the statements.